You're listening to the Cambridge Insider Podcast. On this episode, hosts Mariah and Stephen are joined by Cambridge alumni Jennifer Liu to discuss how Cambridge supported her decision in higher education. This episode is sponsored by Our Lady of Good Counsel High School. Good Counsel offers the broadest academic and extracurricular opportunities in the region, led by a highly skilled and invested faculty. Good Counsel is a co-educational community that inspires each student to excel, serve, and love in his or her unique way. Thanks for listening.
Cambridge Insider Podcast time. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Cambridge Insider Podcast. As always, my co-host Mariah Thompson. How are you?
I am doing good. Enjoying this cold weather in Dallas because it's only going to come once in a round. But I would say actually I give it back. Enjoying it is my way to coping through it, I guess.
That's it. It's all about that positive mindset, right? And then we are super excited to have a Cambridge Network alumni with us, yes. Jennifer Liu, who's currently in her dorm room at Boston University. Is that correct?
Yes, it is correct. Actually, just moving like 2 weeks ago. I'm freshman in college, so back to freshman again.
That's so awesome. We just appreciate you being here. There's just so many questions we have, so much insight that you can share with our listeners. So we're excited to hear what you have to say, Jennifer. So let's kick us off, Jennifer. If you could maybe just tell our listeners, where did you go to school? What college are you in? And just a little bit of a brief introduction about yourself.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm super excited to be here and share a little bit about my high school and my college, how I ended up with BU, Boston University. So yeah, I'm currently a freshman in Boston University, Massachusetts. I graduated from Bellarmine Prep High School, which located at Tacoma, Washington State. So it's totally, other side of the state. Yeah, it's great to be here. And yeah, I've been involved with Cambridge Network for the past almost 2 years. I was in student council, charged with president for 1 year, and still kind of involving with our Cambridge Care classes and also student council.
Wow. Okay. So I think first and foremost, I just want to congratulate you for being involved in so many things outside of just school. I don't think everybody knows that listens to this podcast that Cambridge offers just a variety of different services and opportunities for students outside of just Cambridge helps me to enroll in a school. And, you mentioned some of those there, which is, it's just awesome to see that students are engaged in those. Was that while you were at school, getting involved in those things? Do you think that helped you to, become a little bit more of a well-developed person, to understand the culture a little bit better, and probably to adapt a little bit better to sort of life and college life in America?
Yes, for sure. Adding on what Stephen just said, actually Cambridge has so many supports for students just beside, we are going to help you apply a high school you're attending. After we ended up with, while you get an offer from high school, you're just started your journey, right, in study abroad. You have maybe 3 or 4 years in high school, and your final goal is like going to a college. But along that process, you have so many things to do just besides school, like your homework and everything in school. You have opportunity to join clubs, to do sports, and Cambridge is always there to like guide you and support you, give you advices if needed. Yes.
I just wanted to point something out too, because you said it, like you just started school this semester. You took a semester off in between, but for our listeners, Jennifer helped out still with Cambridge support in that time where she was spending time with her family at home. She's still connected because she really cared about the students that were in student council for Cambridge Care. And she's come like a mentor to these students, which is really cool to see, which I love to see. So thank you for doing that, because that's going above and beyond what you needed to do. but we really appreciate it for sure.
And Mariah, correct me if I'm wrong, you've been involved with Cambridge Care from the very beginning, right? And pushing that program forward. That was a big part of the motivation as to why we launched this program, is exactly sort of the pathway that Jennifer's taken from what I've heard from her story. Can you speak maybe a little bit more to that? Mariah.
Oh yeah. So just wanted to make sure you're asking me. So in the beginning of Cambridge Care, we really launched it. We always had cup classes, but we really launched Cambridge Care when COVID hit, because it took a lot away of our in-person on the ground support. So we developed Cambridge Care because we really only could do virtual support at that time. And we wanted to embody every physical, mental, emotional, social support that we could, and to help students like Jennifer, who wanted opportunity. With everything shutting down, there wasn't that access to opportunity. And then for most students, it was a challenge to get involved just because it can be intimidating. Obviously, you hear Jennifer, I'm sure it wasn't intimidating for her to get involved in school, but for most students it is. So to have something like that where they can come get plugged in and learn leadership, learn marketing skills, learn public speaking skills in care, having them have a place was really important. And then the gold mine is when you have students like Jennifer that come in and then help support those students. So students are getting peer leadership, peer mentorship, which sometimes is better than adults because they don't care what we have to say sometimes.
Rightfully so. Rightfully so.
Having a student like Jennifer is just beautiful because it's what it's there for. Like that was the goal. Yeah.
And Mariah, I know you've got a couple questions lined up. I've got one more for Jennifer before I hand it over to you. So Jennifer, one thing that I'm interested in is through your involvement in all of these things that we've spoken about. You know, so many of our students that come through the system are hyper-focused on college and getting into the right college and the college of their dreams. Can you speak a little bit to how you think getting involved in programs like CARE helped you apply to college and go through that entire college application process?
Yes, that's such a great question. I've been to this kind of transformation or bottleneck like in my junior year in high school, because like before I really involved with Cambridge Care, before I really doing the student council with my friends, my goal was, hey, I'm getting a good grade because I have to apply. I do college. I have to go to college and have to keep good grade, do all these things just because I want to we say like a good college, but like in the process of while I'm involving student council and doing a lot of volunteering works, I realized, hey, I'm actually like enjoying what I love to do. And that was a transformation for me to realize I go to college not because I want to get a degree, but I want to learn how to become a more responsible student, responsible person for my friend, for my family. I want to become a better person and realize who am I, what do I want to do in the future instead of just getting a degree. And like seeing I'm actually helping out some, maybe freshman, sophomore student who just came to United States, and seeing I'm contribute something while from my volunteering works, that really like heartwarmed. Like it really like tell me like why I'm doing this, why I'm going to college, not because I have those grades, but also the person I am and what I want to achieve more in the future. So it was transferred from like self-centered to what I want to do for others. Hope that makes sense.
Yes, it definitely makes sense. And it's really good because that helps. Like parents can support students, teachers can support students as much as they can academically. But that drive that will like push you to the next level has to come from self. So for you to like click there, for students to click there, it really has to be a self-motivation too. So it's really cool to see that's where it came for you. So using that self-motivation and that drive, when you were going to decide where you were going to go to college or what you were going to study, I don't know if we talked about that. How did all this help play into that influence of like finally deciding where you were going to go and maybe what you were going to study?
Yes, so throughout the application process, I talked to one of the Cambridge advisor a lot. Her name is Ms. Torgerson. She's like the teacher in development prep in charge of the international student office and also for Cambridge. So, you know, her office just around the corner. You can just go talk to her anytime you want during the school hour. And she was super helpful. She was super kind and supportive whenever I'm struggling with school or like creating school lists, anything about apply for a college. I just go to her office and talk to her. She was just super supportive and she helped me to set up my college list, like where I want to go, maybe East Coast, West Coast, what kind of major I want to study, which make me realize, hey, I have so many interests in everywhere. Like I like physics, but also like English. I love ceramics. I love marketing. I love communication. My passion, my interest, just everywhere. So I was like, I don't know what major I'm going for. Maybe like I heard this program from Boston University. It's the HOP unit, which is where like the College of General Study. You have so many opportunities to explore before you like decide which specific pathway you are going. So that was like the spark in my head. It's like I really want to go to this program in Boston University, and on the East Coast, you know, I never really been there. Maybe I should change a city, like be a city girl for like 4 years of things. So yeah, so I ended up with BU. And I love it.
That's awesome. What has it been like this last few weeks being there?
Yeah, it's cold. You know, January here. It's Boston weather and like people are super nice. We are getting so much support and BU has a huge international student community and ton of clubs you can do and involve with other students. It's been great. It's been almost 2 weeks and I really enjoy it.
Awesome. That's so great. If you were to give any advice to our Cambridge students or just international students in general from their transition from high school to college, what would you say to students?
I know it might sound cringy, but be yourself. Yes. Well, this is what we hear a lot, but truly, when you apply at college, I don't know what would you call the teacher that like give you offer or not, like
The admissions officer?
Yeah, the admission office, they're trying to know you as a person, who you really are, what your interests, what your passion with, what kind of classes, what professor you want to take in the future. They are trying to get to know you instead of what grade this student gets on her or his SAT, or how many AP classes she or he is taking. They can tell, like they can tell who you are if you're writing your personal statement, I say like from your heart and being sincere, they can tell. And just realize no matter that it's a great time for you to reflect on yourself, what you want to study and what you're passionate on. That's a big part of college. You are still have time to explore it and everything. So talk to someone if you need advices. I'm pretty sure there are like many teachers and advisors in Cambridge. They are so they will be so happy to help you, and they have great suggestions for everyone. You know, just talk to them, be open, and work on your college application as you can, and you're gonna end up somewhere you belong, somewhere great. So
Jennifer, I just wish we could have you on this podcast every week, because so much of what you say is just awesome stuff, just great advice, I think. And we often run into students who might seem a little unsure, don't know exactly how the process works. I love the idea of just like be yourself, right? Because so many of our schools, high schools, and so many of our colleges are looking for diversity. They're looking for that individual. They are not looking for the same 100 people to enroll in the same class. They want that diversity. And students like yourself that are authentic to yourself are just able to bring that diversity. So I want to say good for you and well done on being able to be yourself, because I know, it's super challenging when you do apply. And I hope that many students that are listening to this, can take a little something from that as they go through what is a very stressful and anxiety-provoking time of applying to colleges. I do want to say one more thing before we just sort of close off the pod for today. I think Jennifer is a prime example of why Cambridge not only has this very great reputation on the high school side, but also why we ventured into sort of the Global College Connect side, is because we have access to just amazing people like Jennifer. Our biggest asset at Cambridge Network is our students. That's just a fact. Yes. We have the best students in the world and the best alumni in the world. And if colleges are looking to tap into talent like Jennifer and get a Jennifer-like person on their campus, connect with us about Global College Connect, because the talent is right here for you to see. If you listen to this pod and you listen to Jennifer, you're going to want her on your campus. So that's I'm going to leave it at that. Jennifer, we appreciate having you on the pod, just sharing your wisdom. Any final words, any final thoughts from your side before we say goodbye?
No, it's thank you guys. Like, we wouldn't be this place without you and Mariah and Stephen. I definitely appreciate all what I got from Cambridge Network, and it's been an amazing time. And I'll be here next week if you guys want. I'm always here for you guys, And also, if you're a current high school student or even college, you're like a Cambridge Network alumni, well, check out Student Council. It's a great place. We do have monthly meeting. You can meet other international students from all over the country or even the world, and people just super nice and supportive. It's a great time for you to, meet other students and learn from each other. It's great.
Absolutely. You heard it from Jennifer. It wasn't even Mariah and I. You heard it from Jennifer. Well, we appreciate having you. Yeah. Mariah, any final thoughts? It's a feel-good episode when we get somebody coming back and just telling us how successful they are. It makes us feel good. It should make everybody that's been involved feel good. Any final thoughts from your side?
Just a big thank you to Jennifer and all that she does. And then just to echo our mission of connecting communities. This is what it's about. We love to see students connect with students, even post graduation, that we're still connected. Just because someone graduated our program doesn't mean they're still not part. We're always going to still be connected. And I love that. So that's my final thought from hearing from this amazing student.
I love it. It's not often that Mariah gets outshone in a podcast episode, but she's been outshone by Jennifer. Jennifer, again, thank you so much.
Gladly.
To all of our listeners, remember to like, listen, and subscribe. Share the pod for our college partners, for our school partners. We hope this is the type of content that just keeps you going. It's heartwarming. It makes us all feel good, and it's part of the international education mission that we should all have at the center of what we do. Until next week, we'll see you around the next episode of the Cambridge Insider Podcast. Bye-bye, everybody.
Thanks for listening to the Cambridge Insider Podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel to never miss an episode. For more Cambridge updates, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Have a great week and stay connected.